All right, let's talk about a problem I know we've all had. You've got this massive file you need to send, a huge video, a giant photo album, maybe a big presentation for work, and you just hit a digital wall. Well, today, we're going to talk about how to smash right through that wall easily and safely. There it is, the classic file too large. It's basically a door slamming in your face, right? After all the work you just put into creating that thing, the system just says, nope. It's so frustrating, but you should know there are way better ways to do this, and we're about to dive into them.
So, what's the deal with this digital brick wall anyway? Why does it even exist? It's really not your fault, it's just how the system is set up. And once you understand that, getting around it is a piece of cake.
I love this metaphor because it's just so perfect. Email was designed decades ago, for tiny little text messages. Trying to cram a multi-gigabyte video file through it? Yeah, that's literally like trying to shove a sofa through a letterbox. The system just wasn't built for that kind of heavy lifting.
So let's get into the why, because once you understand why email fails, you'll see why the solution works so well.
Think of it this way. Email is like the regular postal service. It's fantastic for letters, for memos, things that are quick and light. But if you need to send a big package, you're not going to use a letter envelope, right? You're going to call a courier. Well, cloud services are your digital courier for those big, bulky files.
So how do these digital courier services actually work? It sounds complicated, but it's really simple. Let's take a look. Here's the magic trick. Instead of trying to attach the file itself, you upload it to a secure spot online, the cloud. Then all you have to do is share a simple link. The person on the other end just clicks that link and the file downloads directly to their computer. It's such an elegant solution and it works every single time.
Okay, so there are a bunch of these digital couriers out there. The real key is just picking the right one for the job. And a quick tip, you've probably heard of zipping or compressing files to make them smaller. And yeah, that can help, but for the truly massive files, you're still going to need one of these tools.
Let's break down 3 of the most popular options out there. We're going to look at what they are, how much you can send for free, and what each one is really best for. Because they're not all the same, and knowing the difference will save you a ton of time.
First up, we have a real powerhouse, Google Drive. If you have a Gmail account, you already have this, and it comes with a whopping 15 gigabytes of free storage. That's huge. You just upload your file, grab a shareable link, and you're good to go. It's a fantastic all-around solution, especially if you're already using Google for other stuff.
But what if you just need to send something fast, like right now, with no signups, no accounts, no fuss? That is where WeTransfer absolutely shines. For any file up to 2 gigabytes, it is the king of simplicity. It's kind of like a fire-and-forget missile for your files.
I mean, just look at how easy this is. You literally go to the website, drag your file on, type in the emails, and click transfer. That's it. No accounts, no passwords, no hassle. It's just a dead simple solution for those quick one-off sends. And finally, there are services like Dropbox and OneDrive. These are a little different. They're more like shared work hubs. They're built for team projects where you have a bunch of people who all need to access and edit and comment on the same files. OneDrive works seamlessly with Microsoft Office, and Dropbox is famous for being super fast at syncing your files everywhere. So for ongoing, collaborative work, these are definitely the way to go. Okay, so now that you've seen the tools, let's just do a quick recap. I want to make sure you know exactly which tool to reach for depending on what you're trying to do. Here's the bottom line. Match the tool to the task. Got a really big file and use Gmail? Google Drive is your best friend. Need to send something quick and easy without thinking about it? WeTransfer all the way. Working on a project with a team? Then you're going to want Dropbox or OneDrive. Simple as that.
Now, while these tools are incredibly convenient, this whole thing does bring up a really important question about security. A lot of these services let you password protect your links or even set them to expire after a certain time, which is always a good idea. But it's a reminder that when we upload our stuff to these servers, we're putting a whole lot of trust in these companies. And that leads to a much bigger question to think about. When your data is living in the cloud, who is really in control? Something to chew on. Thanks for joining me.